welcome to GameGazm. I'm Bren.
I'm Jay.
And today we've got Final Fantasy Type-0
HD.
Woohoo! Look at this. This is really nice, isn't it?
Very nice box.
Yes, yes, covered with lovely artwork. Who's that by then?
Yoshitaka Amano is the illustrator.
Famed illustrator.
Famed illustrator,
yeah. So lots of his artwork is adorning this box, and it's very, very nice. So, right, should we get in there?
I think we should.
Right.
So, there we go. So, yeah,
that's
more artwork here. It is very nice, isn't it? Very, very crisp. Okay, so pop it down and we'll open it up. There we go. First thing that greets you then is this lovely full-size hardback art book.
Ooh, let's just pop this over there for a second.
Hardback, looks very nice. So this contains a foreword from the artist. And
who's the artist again?
Yoshitaka Amano.
Ah. Just testing you.
So inside you've got artwork of all the characters. And some concept drawings, some of the enemies and creatures, so it's a very nice book.
Don't go too far, no spoilers.
Once again,
oh, is
that new book smell.
Can't beat that, can't beat that. Right, what else we got? What else we got?
Very nice. We also have, down back into the box, we have these cards. Tarot cards.
Tarot cards.
Main character Ace uses these, and these are replicas of the cards that he uses. So
nice.
I haven't opened it, as you can see.
Are you going to open them?
Probably not.
Ooh, yeah, I know it is a Final Fantasy set. I know this is an unboxing and everything, but come on, there's some things you can use your imagination with. Yeah.
So yeah, there's artwork on there anyway. Nice tarot cards.
Very nice. Very nice. Ooh. Yes, they're very. Yes. Right. What's next?
We also have a 200-page manga as well.
200-page manga?
Yep.
Wow.
So, once again...
a left-hand read as well?
It is left-hand read, proper manga style. Manga. Once again, like the game, previously unreleased outside of Japan, and it's been all translated into English. Basically, it details the story of Class 0, who you control in the game. So it's their backstory and gives you a bit more of the story.
Kind of like the grimoire in Destiny. You have to leave the game to find out the story.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, only this one's paper-based with artwork.
Yeah, and there's an actual story in the game anyway, but yeah. So yeah.
We won't go there.
Lovely manga book.
And then,
this
lovely case.
Oh.
Nice, like rose gold almost effect with more artwork once again. If we just open it out. Yeah. There we go, nice steel tin. And inside we find game disc, obviously.
Yes.
If we move all this bump out the way, we have.
Aha! What's this?
It is the composer selection of the soundtrack on the disc.
I know who composed this as well.
Who was that?
He's very famous. It's Takahara Ishimoto. Yes. Yeah, he's done a very good job on the music in this game, and you've got it all right here.
On disc.
On disc.
No codes, no nothing. Proper disc.
Proper disc. Proper disc. And what else is this? This is a code for. Oh yes, and of course yes, the code for the playable demo of Final Fantasy 15 as well, which is amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah. What else we got here? Product registration cards. Probably not important, unless you really like giving your email address to random corporations. And oh yes, look. His name there. I was right, look, Takahara Ishimoto. So yeah, that's lovely. And the limited warranty thing that tells you don't own the game. But yeah, so I suppose we better stick this on and get reviewing then, hadn't we?
I think we should.
Roll it!
瞳の色は夜の色透明な空と同じ黒確かさに置いていかれて探して見つめすぎた
Shazam! Finally, a Final Fantasy game that was once a Japanese-only release on the PSP has made its way onto our shores, and with a HD update to boot. The Squeenix machine is working hard on many new and up-and-coming titles at the moment, and to stem the lengthy gap until the fabled 15th instalment arrives, this outing in HD should keep us tied over.
The story focuses around Class 0, a bunch of students from Vermilion Peristilium, a place of magic and learning in the city of Rubrum. There are four main factions of the world, and the Militesi Empire attacks Rubrum to take their bird crystal. These crystals give the people of the city their magic abilities, and once Rubrum was severed from its crystal, the Militesi seized control.
We join Class 0, who are fighting back with everything they can, and strangely are unaffected by the Militesi blocking the crystal's power and are still able to use their magic. The gameplay kicks off straight away in the streets of Rubrum during the Militesi attack.
So obviously the most important part of any Final Fantasy game is how the battle system works. Well, if you've played Crisis Core, things may seem a little familiar. Combat plays out in real time with you locking onto enemies and dealing out damage. Your abilities and attacks appear in a menu in the bottom right corner, and these deplete ability points and magic points as you use them. You can also dodge your enemy's attacks by tapping circle and a direction, which will be a very important skill to master, for obvious reasons.
One of those many obvious reasons is taking a beating. If you do take a pummeling on the battlefield, you can run away from it and stand still somewhere. This will replenish your health and will do it even faster if you put away your weapon, but beware, as this will also increase damage received massively. When your characters fall in battle, you can bring in a reserve to replace them from Class 0 ranks to carry on the fight.
It's worth mentioning that it's a great idea to make sure you level up all of the characters, as while they're in reserve they do not obtain XP. It's a great way to make the player use all of the characters, rather than favouriting just 3. Occasionally during battle a target will appear yellow or red. A yellow target indicates break sight. This means if one of your attacks hits its target whilst the yellow target is visible, you will do massive damage. When the target is red, it indicates kill sight. If you land a hit with a red target, you will get an insta-kill. So timing your attacks can be wise if you're charging up a magic spell.
When you down an enemy, you can absorb Phantoma. This replenishes your MP amongst other boosts. The different Phantomas are indicated by their colour, and once you've collected enough, you can spend them upgrading your magic. Almost like you're reaping the souls of your foes. Nice.
There's 3 characters in your party, and you can switch between them and use their individual skills by pressing left or right on the D-pad. This is handy for utilising everyone's attacks and abilities for maximum effect against your enemies. But that said, the AI is clever enough to make sure to fire off a healing spell if you take some damage, and are good at making sure you stay on your feet.
If you're really struggling, you can turn on assistance before you begin a mission. This will put 2 AI characters with you that replace your other members. They are a higher level than you and will smash most enemies with ease. In between missions, you return to the Academia, at the School for Magic we mentioned earlier. This acts as a central hub where you will find shops and characters to interact with, much like Balam Garden from the much-loved Final Fantasy VIII. You have free time here in between your outings, and you deplete the time remaining until the next mission by talking to certain characters. Characters with a bird icon above their heads are necessary for moving the game along. Exclamation marks initiate an event that will use up 2 hours of free time, and question marks offer tutorials and other information.
If you are willing to sacrifice 6 hours of your free time, then you can venture out onto the world map. Something Final Fantasy games of late haven't had, and something I've missed since the days of Final Fantasy VIII and IX. Here you can visit other towns, explore hidden dungeons and caves, and level up your characters with random encounters.
The story is laid out in your traditional Final Fantasy style, luxurious CG cinematics with in-game story told through text speech. The characters are quite hard to connect with at first, as the story focuses on the whole class. It doesn't individually introduce you to a main character straight away, like other outings in the Final Fantasy universe would, but there are some strong character types and you will get to know them soon.
Overall, Final Fantasy Type-0 is a mixed bag of elements from other titles, but is let down by it being a port of an original PSP game. You can really see the flat, nasty textures sometimes, and although it doesn't really hamper the experience, it doesn't look great and it is noticeable. Also in battles, the camera can really be a visual pain in the backside with its erratic motion and blur effect. This probably wouldn't have been that noticeable on the PSP's smaller screen, but when played on your big living room flat screens it can be quite jarring.
As well as all that, you can replay each mission, which is a good thing but is often necessary to grind your characters up to tackle the harder missions that lie ahead. Some people like the grind, some people don't. But the good points outweigh the bad, with spot-on tight battle mechanics and the feel and atmosphere you can only get from a Final Fantasy game. Plus the special edition does come jam-packed with goodies as well as the official soundtrack, giving this a GameGazm 8.
Not the most jaw-dropping and polished Final Fantasy game you've played, but definitely a welcome return and distraction to pass the time for Final Fantasy 15. And with a pending sequel to Type-0, who knows where they'll go with it, Kupo?
What was that?
You know, it's a Moogle thing.
Are you a Moogle?
Well, no, but okay, fine.
We have arrived.
And there you go, so that was Final Fantasy Type-0 HD, looking very nice.
Yes, what a lovely game. I'm actually really going to enjoy playing that. Anyway, that's all we've got time for today. As always, if you've liked the video, make sure you leave us a like on that little thumb button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I've been Brent.
I've been Jay.
And we've been GameGazm.
Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight.